Hi everyone, welcome to School of Scarlet. I am out here in my yard waiting on the solar eclipse, so I wanted to make you a video about the solar eclipse energies and what those mean and how to work with them. So it's already starting to get a little bit darker here. In about an hour and 20 minutes we will be in the solar eclipse time here. So I thought that I would make you a video now. It's pretty warm out here. We've been working outside in our yard most of the morning. We live in Texas, not in the direct path of totality, but a little bit far from it. And we are still in that path, a little bit outside of it, just we're in that foggy area. So I'll let you know how I experienced it after the eclipse happens. And I will add that to this video here. So I wanted to talk about the eclipse energies and what those mean for us. So the eclipse energies, they really come with a lot of power, okay? Now remember, these eclipse energies or any energies are never something outside of ourselves truly. So it's really something that's within us, but we're amping it up. So this is a good time for manifesting. This is a good time for transforming, identity shifting, really working on yourself, inner work, therapy, anything like that will be accelerated right now. So funny enough, I was watching a movie last night with my husband. It's called The Leap of Faith. And in that movie, the main character, Steve Martin plays, he is basically this phony preacher, healer preacher that goes around healing people. And it's starting to rain. See, I hope it doesn't rain on our parade, but we'll see. Anyhow, he goes along his different tours of towns and stuff and sets up these kind of healing events and really kind of takes people's money is what he does. But in the end, he finds God. God finds him. And you see, on our path, we can never really get off of our path. It doesn't matter what we're doing, where we're placing our energy or what. We are always in with God. We are never separate. Even when we think we're separate or we think we're doing something sneaky or manipulative or something, devilry or something like that, you aren't. You can never separate yourself from God. That's the thing. God will always find you and turn you back around. So don't worry about any of that. But the reason I bring up that movie is for a whole nother reason. For the reason at the end, this story really was around a town that hadn't seen rain in a very long time. So they were suffering economically because they had not seen rain. Well, when this preacher came to town, he really did spark up some energy. He really did. And it may have been a phony energy and it may have been some negative energy and people may have been upset and this and that, but it sparked up energy. And what happened? People began to gather around the tent where the healing event was occurring, and they were sitting there, and whether he was phony or not, they were there because they were there to gather for the rain and to pray. And we find this verse in the Bible, and maybe in other faiths it is found as well, that where two or more gather, there the prayers will be answered, or something to that effect. Now, what does that mean? We see that when people gather together and bring their energies, their excitement, their energy together, it creates a collective energy. You see, we aren't separate. So when we collectively bring together all of our own energy, which that's truly what it is, then we can now manifest at 100%. So right now, a lot of people are very excited, especially here where I live in Texas, about the eclipse. I even have a pastor, family member who is renting out, having different events in his church, and they're renting out all kinds of spaces in this very tourist town of Texas. And it's a very small town as well. So they're having all of these people gather at this very small towns all throughout Texas to come view this event. Well, when this happens, it creates energy. It stirs up excitement within people. And what happens is it is a perfect storm for whatever you want in your heart's desire. In the movie Leap of Faith, what happened was when in this small town where there wasn't a whole lot going on, this phony preacher brought in with his phoniness news reporters, people from other towns. Everybody was coming together to see miracles. People that had never been there. This town was very small, and suddenly everyone was gathering at this place. And they hadn't seen rain in a long time, and suddenly what happened? It began to pour rain on these people. And what happened? They were so happy. And this is how I see the eclipse, my friends. It's not something to prophesize some doomsday thing. It's a time to bring energy to life, to introspect, to pay reverence to this earth, to the beautiful illusions, even if they are illusions. That is our world, that is our life. So I want you in this time to work with your energies of introspecting, of giving reverence to this life, and really manifesting your life here at 100%.